Okay, guys, a common question we see often is the render order for my sequence. Why does it always seem to be random every time I create a new sequence? It doesn't make any sense. I fixed it in my last one. Why do I have to fix it in the next one? Let me go through how to make your life a little easier here. So first of all, you create a new sequence, right? Discard that one. Animation done. It comes in what appears to be random order. Actually, I think it's in an order based on how you added them to your layout, but I could be wrong. Anyway, it's not the order you want. You want it to be properly ordered so it renders things. I'll point to a video at the end of this video on a little more on render order. But the simplest ways to fix this: edit display elements. Make sure you're clicked on your master view. Right click, sort. Sort by size. If you've got large groups of submodels, you might want to use option number 4, but option size is usually good for everything. Um, so this is your best attempt at ordering. You're going to want to tweak this just a little bit. For instance, I have groups that need to go with the last group, so I'm going to push that to the bottom there. Models aren't so important. Alphabetical is really good. If you want to move some of your favorites up in order, that's fine. But you want to think about um, how things will lay out on your on your canvas, if you want to call that, on your layout. And like I said, I'll point to a video on how to order this specifically. But anyway, once you have this in the order that you'd like, clone it, and I'm going to call it my ordered master view. It's not your master view, but it's the way I want my master view to look. So I'm going to say my ordered master view. There we go. Close. And now it's in that ordering, but that's only for this sequence. And this is just a drop down to show this master view is the one that really matters. But since we just cloned it, it's identical, but maybe it's not identical in your scenario. So you want to make sure that they are identical. And if they not, you're going to right click, edit display elements. You're going to say, I want my master view. I want to copy it to my master. All right. That way you know they're identical for this point in time. If you make any changes to your view, you're going to want to copy it back. Um, now, when you create a new sequence, so I'm going to save that because I've made some changes to my display elements. If I create a brand new sequence, discard changes, done, it's back to that random ordering again. Well, two things. If this is the case with existing sequences, you would do what I just said. You would edit your display elements, click on your master view, and ordered master view, copy it, and now it's stored. A better option here for new sequences is under File Preferences or xLights Preferences if you're on a Mac. On the Sequences tab, in this drop down here, it says Default View for New Sequences. There. So what this is doing is when you create a new sequence, it's going to grab this ordering and copy it to your master view. It's a one-time copy, but it copies it to your master view. All right, so let me go through that step again. So I'm going to discard this one. I'm going to create a new sequence. I'm going to say animation. Actually, I'm going to click through here because here's where it's actually choosing the view. Most people don't realize it, but there's right here is where you can actually choose your master view. But we've set it in the preferences so that you can ignore the screen and just click done. And you've got it in the right order. It defaults to show you that view as well, which is nice, but it is exactly the same as the master view, right? Okay. So get the ordering that you like, edit your display elements. So have your master view, get the order that you like and you're happy with, clone it, create a new name. This name will be available on any new sequence, and then set it in your file preferences. Now, let me go an extra step here, a little more for advanced users, perhaps. Sometimes you have an ordering that you like for vendor 1 versus vendor 2 versus vendor 3. So if that's the case for your scenario, go to what I was walking you through here a second ago. You click through here, 40. Here's where you might choose, oh, I want the vendor one's ordering, vendor two's ordering, vendor three's ordering, etc. So you can actually choose it. If you don't just have one that rules them all, I have one that rules them all, and so it's my more ordered master view. So that's it. Okay. Now, just to recap, if you're in here and I edit display elements, I'm on my ordered master view, and I say, oh, I want the yard border to go down, and I want my mini, and I want my stars to go up. I don't know. I'm just making this up. Don't keep that literally. And I close it. I'm still on my ordered master view, but that is not the render order. Very important to remember that. This is still the render order, and it will not have those changes in there. If you want those changes to happen in the render order, you have to edit and copy it to your master. These are convenience items. So for example, I have singing. So I have my singing props. I have my moving heads. I have my moving head props. They're just a convenience item. The master view is what dictates what gets pasted in the order that it gets pasted, rendered. I will put a link to the follow-up video on this in the YouTube channel. Be sure to like and subscribe and all that jazz. See you in the Zoom room. It's not so bad. I'm glad everybody's getting their shows going good this year. So have a good one. See you next time.